The human body is the fit Ferrari. You and I are Ferraris, or lionesses and lions, whichever you prefer, but we already are the fit and fantastic, the most expensive, valuable, precious, admired of the universe is you and I. And this is the hardest concept to understand, by the way, that we already have built within us the DNA, the God plan. So the manufacturing plant can take the materials and put them together into you and I. And we treat ourselves not so good. Ferraris or Yugos. Remember, the design is the same by human beings, by the way, but the materials and the workmanship of the Ferrari and the Yugo, that's the difference. And then those who own the machines choose how to care for them and figure that they're just disposable and you could treat it any way you want, and there's a mechanic to fix it, but maybe not. Maybe our bodies are not so renewable. Good morning, Miss Deanna. Come here, Miss Deanna. Come say a good morning to everyone. Miss Deanna, early,
bright
5
and
a.m.
early.
Every day.
We get it started bright and early, 5 a.m.ers just for you.
What do they say? The early bird catches the worm. All right.
All the worms.
All right.
And the eggs.
All right, so now, remember, we are, all of us, the Ferraris. No matter who you are, where you are, size, shape, color, height, weight, or the diseases that already are within your body. This is an amazing story. We are made up of lots of air, sunlight, water, and mostly fat, by the way, because fat is the fuel for the Ferrari, and you gotta slow it down, right? Daily meditation, daily prayer, daily visualization, and infinite numbers in the day. Just keep the brain playing. What an awesome and amazing day. What a blessing life is, right? So what you put in here and here matters most, and this is the environment that you're placing within the human Ferrari, the lion or the lioness, whichever you prefer, but we're not Yugos. I know, it's crazy. You don't fill up the Ferrari 5 times a day and race it around to burn the fuel because you've put it on so much and you want to just keep the metabolism going. Your metabolism is already flowing in amazing ways. What I've learned is the most amazing concept of the universe, and I'm here to share it with you, but it doesn't require a potion, a pill, or a product. You already have it. You have the mind and you have the body, and hold the smile 24/7, 365, no matter what the universe is throwing at you. Remember, you're going to be able to catch it in so many ways because you are the superstar. I know. This stuff seems so crazy to me. As a physician, I didn't believe that your body needs lots of air, water, and it needs fat as energy. And we're not consuming fat. That's it. We are strictly consuming a tremendous amount of carbohydrates, plant-based material in all these packages and healthy labels. My bet is most of them are not healthy for you or I. Again, the story is crazy. The beauty is that we have been able to take sunlight plus carbon dioxide plus water, guess what? And converted this into a long chain carbon particle. And thankfully, this carbon particle has minerals and vitamins, a little bit of protein. But basically, we are able to convert all carbs, all sugar to fat, all protein, all amino acids to fat. Yes, we utilize them for some other particles and processes, but the majority of what we require is converting both protein and sugars to fat. And if you can't do that, you're dead. And the amazing part of the story is the fat, like a stick of butter. You know what fat looks like and what fat is. We're not consuming it on a regular basis, which doesn't allow the gut to get the soap to clean it out, to keep it flushed and lubricated like a quart of oil, which you have to keep in your Ferrari. We are fat, my friends. We are meant to get fat, and getting fat doesn't cause the diseases. What causes diseases is the consumption of a high carb, high protein, low fat diet. That's it. And Kiltz's keto is so simple. 1 meal a day at night to rest and digest. Your body needs the resting time to refuel, just like at night you plug your electric car in to let it get regenerated, refueled, and ready for the next day. And then it's already charged because it's the conversion of protein, amino acids, and carbs to sugar, both of those things to fat. That's it. It's a simple slam dunk answer. I'm a physician, a reproductive endocrinologist, a fertility specialist that's here to share a story that I didn't believe. But so many of my clients, and many I've never met because we share the story, Kiltz's keto. We talked a lot about Emmerich keto. We've talked a lot about keto diet. Keto diet is simple. It's a high-fat, low to no carb diet. You're always getting about 20% of proteins. You don't need much protein, by the way, but the healthiest, the most pristine, strong, majestic animals, lions, eagles, you know this. You've heard the term, you are what you eat, and believe me, we are basically what we eat. And what do we mostly eat? Guess what? We eat mostly a plant-based diet. And the farming, the industrial food complex that basically is packaging all that stuff for you and I to make it easy is making us diseased, which requires all the pharmaceuticals and all the pills, potions, and procedures. Yes, we're all going to die. And I'm only here to share the story that basically Brussels sprouts, broccoli, asparagus, grass, and grains are all sugar. And they contain a tremendous amount of phytochemicals, plant antigens, bacteria, and yeast that damage our bodies. Unbelievable, I know. Listen, you already have the most amazing body of the universe. Your job, my job, is to realize that without filling the bowels with fat, the fat is unable to get into the lymphatics. Remember, the fat is soap in the bowels. It lubricates and allows your bowels to move naturally without pills, potions, and fiber is deadly, by the way. Deadly. Now, this is my story. It keeps on going. We're sharing it in so many ways, and we are interested in your stories, how basically keto and Kiltz or Emmerich keto reduces diabetes, hypertension, irritable bowel colitis, and to see people suffering and dying of diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, cancer, stroke, Crohn's, all of this is because the recommendations of a high fiber diet, plant-based, low fat, is causing all of our problems. If you do not put oil in that Ferrari on a regular basis and the most high-test, pristine fuel, you and I are dead. It's simple. And if you race the Ferrari, it heats it up, friction, damage, junkyard, or the shop, the mechanic, right? Body shop, and the rest of the body, engine, electrical, all of it is getting damaged because of disuse. Yes, we love to run and jump and participate in all these crazy things, but in fact, the majority of them are damaging to our Ferrari bodies. When you feed and reproduce, feed them, fuck them, put them to bed, at night, my friend, that is the best time of the day, so that the bowels can digest and convert the carbs, the protein, and get them into the liver, where that's the only place that you can convert sugar to fat and utilize as energy acetyl-CoA. Yeah. And all those cruciferous vegetables that are supposedly healthy for us may actually be part of the cause of your diseases. And listen, why we're not sharing the story that keto is kick-ass amazing. Look at Anders Seinfeld, Jason Fung, Jimmy Moore, Maria Emmerich, Richard David Feynman, Thomas Seyfried. Check out how glycation is likely the damaging component of our bodies, because we're eating like a grazing animal, but we're not. Out of the trees, not to eat the grass, but eat the grass eaters. Now, to be a vegan or vegetarian or even a Mediterranean eater, or whatever your culture is, we need to separate the time frame and eat only once a day at night. Really cook down those carbs and simplify them and add the fat. Vegans, hemp, seed oil, and also coconut oil. But many of us actually are allergic to the seed and nut antigens and phytochemicals. Listen, plants know how to protect themselves. And we have been using medicinal herbs for centuries, thousands of years. They're the forerunner to modern medicine. Believe me, when we overconsume based on the recommendations of 3 to 6 meals a day, and breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and my friends, it's not. You get sluggish, you get damaged, you get diseased. It hurts every single part of your body. The interesting part is the lymphatics. They're the key to mobilize the fat, to stir it around in your body, to provide the energy for you to be fit and fantastic. Listen, 62, no exercise, 1 meal a day at night, high fat, low to no carbs. Now, I do make Kiltz's ice cream. And I'm sharing this story, and I just had a great conversation with Ken D. Berry and Nisha Berry, and check out his book about the lies maybe we're all told in medicine. But Ken D. Berry's awesome. Check out his YouTube channel. And we're all really here to share a concept and idea that's so opposite, so crazy. But basically, the environment that you put in the body, the environment that you move the body in, is the damaging, disease-making entity. Listen, don't believe me, by the way, because I didn't believe this story until I did it. I'm sorry, kale is sugar. It comes with plenty of bacteria and yeast. And when was the last time you saw a ribeye steak or beef or pork bacon recalled? It's not. It's not the cause of disease. Carbs are. A high carb, low fat, high protein, low fat. And believe me, those bars, protein shakes, those things that are going to get you into ketosis, they're bullshit. The idea is very simple, interesting, a change-all. We are Ferraris. We are lions and lionesses. We are already perfect and amazing. And if you're overweight and fat, you've got the fuel for the next 3 weeks. You can just get rid of and get the trash can and throw away all the carbs, all the fruits, all the fiber, all the vegetables. I know it seems crazy. All right, you want to keep them, realize they are the contaminated ones. Less is best. Once a day. Intermittent feasting, that's the story. And remember, feed them, fuck them, and put them to bed. No matter what your gender or your preferences, we are a feeding and fucking machine. That's our nature. But we need to slow it down and focus on the beauty of the universe and the creativity that we have all been given. The gift is life. And you and I all have plenty of troubles and challenges and backaches and belly aches, but they're all due to the crock of shit in the belly, the constant production of heat, gas, aldehyde, alcohol, methane in the bowels due to a high carbohydrate, plant-based twigs, fiber, sugar. Remember, even a high protein diet turns out not to be good for us. We should be consuming a high fat diet, and I'm sorry, a walnut is not fat. You know what fat is. It's our fat asses. And if you don't have a fat ass 10,000 years ago, you're dead. We are built to get fat fast. Our brain is really smart in its capabilities of getting us to that spot. We're a fat making and a fat burning machine, and we never burn sugar or amino acids. We must convert them to fat. And we do that via the liver and insulin, which is required. If you don't have insulin, you don't have a liver, or it's severely damaged, guess what? Dead. The amazing part is what you put in the bowels is usually the cause of most of our diseases. And since we do not eat fat, the gallbladder sits pretty bored. Yes, it dries out. And we eat a tremendous amount of carbs and, again, no to little fat. And I'm sorry, even olive oil may be damaging to our bodies. It's a industrial oil. It required a large farming industrial complex and plenty of us peasants to collect all the fruits and fiber and vegetables, the grass and grains, and then to manipulate them in a way so that we can consume them. We are not grazing animals. But if you want to continue as a vegan or vegetarian, and I honor that, by the way, then it really is narrow the consumption, narrow the amount and frequency. Your body only is using the fat that's in your body, and when you eat the food today, if it's mostly carbs and protein, it must be first converted to fat before it's ever used as energy. This is the simple story. Don't believe this guy. Remember, the air comes in into the lungs, it fills it up, it's exchanging oxygen and carbon dioxide. It's circulating throughout the body, but because of the high glucose in the bloodstream, it damages the capillaries, the vessels, and then it seeps into the interstitial space and it damages the cells. It then gets into the lymphatics, and they're trashed everywhere. The lymphatics are the fat-moving highways in order to mobilize the fat everywhere in our bodies. And my bet is our lymphatics are trashed. And lymphocytic cancers, lymphangitis, all these problems of swelling everywhere is due to lymph damage. And basically, because our lymph nodes are the filter center of the body and we don't eat fat, we're not mobilizing it from the gut into the lymph system, into the lymph nodes where we can wash and clean off and get rid of those antigens. But some of those antigens, remember the soap in the bowels, it gathers up all the dust and dirt and sends it to the lymphatics, to the lymph nodes where it's supposed to take care of it, but we're eating stuff likely we never, ever, ever were meant to eat. We have seen so many of our patients lose 25, 50, 100 pounds without exercising, diabetes, hypertension, irritable bowel colitis, migraines, foggy brain, go away. Remember, the ring of fire is the colon, all that fiber, bacteria, and yeast, which is fermenting and sending all the toxins everywhere in your body, especially your brain, by the way. And that Ferrari, that lion or lioness ain't moving, ain't going anywhere. It's sluggish, right? Okay. Just sharing some thoughts and ideas of the human Ferrari. Check out my TEDx talk, Dr. Rob Kiltz. Check out Mind, Body, Smile. And remember, we are the human Ferraris or the lions or lionesses. God bless. Enjoy this awesome and amazing day.